Hi there, this is Theresa. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to see what timeline are you stepping into. We're going to use the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. So we're going to see what are the messages for the timeline shift for the collective for this message. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. For the collective that needs this message, what is the timeline shift? What is it that they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? We have number 48, the Sky Dancer's Surrender. You could be 48 years old. You could have went to school in 1984, born in 1984. All right, we got Surrender. What is the timeline shift? Butterflies could be significant. We also have number 24, Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. All right. You could be on life path number 2, 4, 6, or 8. And we have number 20, Feast of Plenty, Choices and Their Consequences. All right, so let's look at Surrender first, number 48 in the guidebook. Liberation from attachment and surrender. This is inviting you to welcome the deepest power of your feminine into your life, your feminine power. You already have overanalyzed your situation to exhaustion. Now's the time to invite the sacred feminine, the wisdom within your heart, no matter your gender, to guide you to success. If you've become earthbound and planning and praying for change, cease and desist. Break the habit of being yourself, repeating the same behavior and hoping for a different outcome. Stop trying to figure it all out. Stop overthinking and surrender. The Sky Dancers are arriving as you are building a new life for yourself. Do not assume the person or opportunity that you want will actually rescue you. Okay? This is asking you to simply witness as you're breaking ground and you're transforming once you start surrendering. So Spirit is saying that the timeline that you're trying to shift or you're needing to shift is starting with you surrendering. When you start surrendering, you're going to see your current situation change. All right, well, let's look at the Divine Matrix number 24. 24. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. This is your higher self. This is your intuition. The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix consciousness, called Source, which is God, Spirit, whatever name you want to call it, the universe, it is woven into your life. There's so much complexity in the human mind that cannot comprehend all of the moving parts of the universe. It's impossible to see beyond what you already know. Just as the head of the mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not the living below. So you don't see what's below, but you only see what's above. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are being heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever your intentions are, hold them consistently with hope and faith. First, manifestations in the unseen realms. Whether or not you can see it working on your behalf, eventually evidence is going to play out that everything will work out in your favor. So you're being asked to surrender and stop trying to force something that is not meant to happen for you right now. The mushroom is letting you know that something is below the surface, but it's not ready to come up. And you're trying to pull it up before it's ready. It's kind of like picking out fruits and vegetables of the garden before they're fully mature. And Spirit is letting you to know with this message strongly that it is below the surface, you just can't see it, and it's not ready for you to pull it. That's why you're being asked to surrender at this time. Feast of Plenty, Choices and Their Consequences, number 20. So let's look at 20 in the guidebook. You could be 20 years old, 24, 48, 42. It says, a great feast is laid out before you, and it requires you to choose. What will satisfy your hunger? Something new and unconventional, with its potential for bitter and savory qualities, or something you already know you love. You're faced with a plethora of options right now. While that may seem to be an extraordinary thing, too many choices can throw you off balance. You might be worried that once you commit, you won't be able to turn back or refuse to confront the consequences of that decision. The most important thing to realize is that the feast is offering you an experience. No amount of overanalyzing or strategizing is going to allow you the right choice. Don't debate the right or wrongness. Instead, just choose. In the choosing of the seed of experience, that is what is necessary now. Sour, bitter, sweet, or savory. What matters is relinquishing in the experience until you digest all that your choice is offering you right now. Only one warning. Avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. I'm going to read that again. Avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. So, I'm guilty of this. You eat candy, and then 10 minutes later, you are like, ugh, I'm hungry. It was a waste. It was a waste to eat the candy, a waste of calories, a waste of effort, a waste of time, because it still left me hungry. So you could be making choices in your life right now that are still leaving you left hungry, making you feel unsatisfied. And Spirit is saying, maybe it's time to surrender those choices because they're not satisfying you. They're not fulfilling you. They're not making you feel that you're getting what you want and desire. And there is something that you want and desire that is below the surface. You just haven't seen it come up. So let's get some tarot and figure out what this is for the collective. If you could please like, comment, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. What is this that the collective is being asked to surrender with this message? What is the collective being asked to surrender at this time? Why surrender here? Clarify surrender. What is this? The Seven of Pentacles. It says, seeds well planted, efforts or investments will be rewarded in the future. The need is for patience, a time for resting and planning for your future. There's an unnecessary worry. So something you're investing in, like I said, I said earlier about the garden, you're trying to pull up the fruits and vegetables, and look, there's a garden in this picture to confirm what I was telling earlier. You've planted seeds on something that you desire and you want. You've put the investment, but you're wanting to force it to happen before it's ready, before it's fully developed, before it's fully matured, before it's ready to come above the surface. It's still below the surface. And Spirit is saying, no need to worry. Your seeds have been planted. They are being watered. There is sunlight and there is great soil with nutrients that is being nourished within the foundation of whatever it is that you're desiring. It is there. It's just not at the maturity level. It hasn't grown into where it needs to be. And careful what you choose, because if you pull out that vegetable before it's ready, it's going to leave you hungry. If you pull out that fruit before it's ready, it's going to leave you unsatisfied. So there's an investment that you've already had that Spirit is asking you to surrender with this investment and allow it to fully mature when it needs to. Tell me more. The Nine of Pentacles. It says, enjoying the fruits of your labors. Hard work that's going to lead you to a luxurious life. Burying yourself in something very special. Happy and successfully being self-employed for some of you. And enjoying your own solitude. So you're needing to realize the fruits of your labor. For some of you, this message is you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business, and you're investing a whole lot into your business, and you're trying to prematurely get that in return on your investment. Maybe you maybe you have like a hair salon, and you went and got a loan for a bunch of equipment and products, and maybe you hired a bunch of staff and you have a bunch of debt stacked up for that hair salon, and you're trying to prematurely make the money back instantly, maybe by cutting your prices, by just getting more business initially. But Spirit is saying, surrender. Your seeds have been planted. You have purchased the equipment. You have great advertisement. You have been pouring into it. And your elevation, your maturity, your manifestation of your desire and your success, it is there, but it's not ready to come up yet. It's not mature yet. And if you decide to cut your prices and open sooner than you're ready, or you start selling yourself short with that hair salon, you're going to leave yourself hungry because you're not going to feel satisfied in the long run, because there's not a quality of maturity that happens with this business, with this evolution of what you're working on. So the Nine of Pentacles is telling you that yes, you can have what you want, but not right now. You need to surrender to everything has a process of when it's supposed to come. Now, of course, you can force your will, but Spirit is saying if you do, you're going to be left feeling hungry, left feeling satisfied. Clarify the Feast of Plenty. Why is this here? There's choices and there's consequences to every choice. What is this? The Seven of Swords and the Nine of Cups. The Seven of Swords is a loss of peace of mind and personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. There could be a material loss. Make sure you're being honest with yourself, or not disguising something. And then we also have the Nine of Cups. And it says, wishes do come true. Your dreams will become your reality. It's a magical time in life and good fortune, but have faith in the universe that all will be well. So Spirit is asking you to make the choice and decision not to lie to yourself that if you do something before it's ready, that it's going to make you happy. If you lie to yourself and you're dishonest with yourself about your investment, that, oh, I think that garden's ready, I'm going to pull them up out of the ground before they even came up, then there will be consequences because you're not going to be happy about it. You may be telling yourself, well, I'll be happy with it, Theresa. I'll eat that green tomato, or I'll eat that strawberry that's not fully ready and it's still really small and not good. Or I'll eat that piece of lettuce even though there's not a full bloom of the lettuce on it. There's something that you're lying to yourself about. It'll make me happy if I do that. Spirit is saying don't do that, because there's going to be consequences of you still feeling hungry. Now, for some of you, this is a job. This is a career path. For others of you, this could be a relationship. It could be that you're investing in a relationship. You're continually investing in this person. You're wanting something to come above the surface. You're wanting this person to give you a sense of satisfaction, and you may be forcing your will, and you may be lying to yourself that it's going to make you happy if you can force this person into doing something you want. And Spirit is saying, don't do that. Surrender to what will be, what is meant for you. So with this mushroom, sometimes when you plant roots in something, you invest in something, sometimes something else grows. And sometimes what grows is not what you want. Sometimes weeds grow in that garden. Sometimes other things that are, have you ever planted, I'm guilty of this. You ever planted two seeds too close together and then they kind of intertwine, they grow something, you don't even know what it is? It's a combination of something. That's what the universe is saying. If you could just surrender right now and trust, we know what you want. Your prayers have been heard. Your investment has been seen. The universe is well aware what you've planted, what you desire to manifest. It is below the surface. But if you try to pull it up too quick and you don't surrender to it, just be prepared for what the consequences will be. So everything happens in divine timing. Everything is happening when it's supposed to happen, not when you think it's supposed to happen. All right, let's get some final closing advice for the collective. What is the best final advice or guidance for the collective for this message that needed this message today? What is the final advice they need to hear? Even though this truth may be bittersweet, you need to face the truth. Face the truth that you have to surrender. You cannot force it too quickly, too soon, that your investment will pay off, whatever it is, whether it's a career, schooling, a business, a relationship. You have to be truly honest with yourself, and you need to have the dignity to be honest with yourself. Recognize that it's okay to allow things and let things naturally flow the way that they need to. Okay, collective, that is what I have for you. I do want to thank you for watching this video. If you could please like, comment, share, and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. If you do want your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. Have a fantastic day. Bye.